What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thanks for clicking on my video. Today I've got something super exciting for you guys. We've got the 2021 Outerbanks Ford Bronco in stock configuration. The only thing that we've done to it is we've added a set of BF Goodrich KO2 tires. They're the exact same overall diameter. And we are at the trailhead of Top of the World in Moab, Utah. So stick around because we're gonna take this stock Outerbanks up to Top of the World. It's gonna be awesome. Trail check-in. I've been on the Top of the World trail for, I don't know, 35 minutes, I guess. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm covering some like massive ground. Meaning, you know, not that I'm going faster than I should be on the trail, but in retrospect, the last time I was here, I was in my Tacoma. And I just felt like I couldn't comfortably move as fast as I'm moving this go around. So I just, man, this thing never ceases to keep impressing me. This thing is just insane. Like I said, for an Outerbanks stock Bronco, no skid plates, no front locker, no oversized tires. Man, this thing is just absolutely freaking incredible. I'm having an absolute blast right now. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just recording off a straight GoPro. This is a solo trip for me, so the trail footage won't be there won't be a whole lot of outside stuff like I typically like to do. But either way, it's still good stuff. I'm still having a blast. That's all that matters, you know. If I'm having fun recording what I like to do, then it's a win. Plus, you guys are getting to see this freaking Bronco just absolutely murdering everything I put it through. I've been all over Colorado with it. Ran a bunch of mountain passes there, Black Bear, all the iconic passes in Colorado. If you've been watching my YouTube, those should already be up on the channel. And then now I'm at Top of the World in Moab. I mean, I'm just flabbergasted by how much fun this thing is. It's like I'm in a razor. Oh, this thing is so freaking impressive. This is the base, not base. Don't let me confuse you guys. This is just an entry-level Bronco. You know, there's a lot more capable units than this, like the Badlands with the Sasquatch and 35s and rock sliders and all that kind of stuff. And this is like, I don't know, I would call it like the beach cruiser. You know, it's got four-wheel drive, it's got a locker in the rear, but you know, there's no skid plates on it. The tires are a 32.1. I know that specifically because I had to look up tires when we put the BF Goodrich on here. And it just does everything. Like I said, this is a lot more comfortable on the trail than my built Tacoma was. Let's see, let me get some rock crawling right here. Let me step it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Man, at this pace, I'll be at Top of the World in no time. just goes to show you just how capable these machines are, and the durability and engineering that went into these machines. You know, Ford did not skip out on making sure these things could hold up. I mean, I'm cruising right now on top of the world, and if you've ever done top of the world, it is not the smoothest trail. It's a very rocky, lots of different stair steps, you know, between rock and dirt. This is not just a, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like a super technical. I think it's like rated like a 5 or a 6. But you know, again, it's still, it's, ooh, got a little skid plate action there. Or not skid plate, but we hit the cross member, I'm sure. Oh man, this thing is just so cool. Getting a little rockier here. Got to be a little cautious because again, this thing does not have any kind of undercarriage protection. So we don't want to get into stuff that's going to prevent us from driving home. Because I still got to drive this to San Diego after we're done playing in Moab. That's what's so crazy. I got this Bronco with 3,030 miles on it in Colorado. We did a whole bunch of mountain passes while we were there. Black Bear, Tin Cup Pass, Engineer Pass, you know, and played around there. And then of course we drove all the way home to South Texas. 4,000 miles later, you know, I'm here in Moab playing with it. You know, when I say playing with it, I mean, I would say beating on it a little bit here on this trail. I'm not taking it easy on purpose. I'm, you know, seeing what it's made out of as an Outerbanks, because again, it is an entry-level Bronco. And you know, I've had that DM and question several times on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube or whatever, you know, hey, should I get a Badlands or do I need a Badlands? You know, and that, I think that really depends on you and the type of trails that you're going to attempt. But you know, if you're really cautious, you know, Outerbanks will do it. You know, throw a little bigger tire on this thing. I mean, it'll do whatever you want it to do. Do you need a 2.7? Honestly, I've been really impressed with this 2.3. It's got way more than enough power. It'll cruise at highway speeds like no problem. Oh man, this is just, I cannot believe we're just smoking through this thing. If you guys like this content, like what I'm doing, do me a favor and like the video. You know, obviously I'm trying to grow on this platform, and you know, yes, Ford did give me a Bronco to play with, but you know, food and lodging and all that kind of stuff, that's still on my dime. So if I can get this YouTube thing to work for me a little more, then that would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see me go more places with the Bronco, drop me a comment. Let me know where you want me to take one. I will have a Badlands Sasquatch in my possession here pretty soon. That's a big hole there. Got the lower control arm. Anyway, I will have a Badlands Sasquatch in my possession soon. So if you want to see me take that thing somewhere specifically, drop me a comment. Let me know where you want me to take it, and I will make that happen. Oh, got some. This is pretty rocky right here. Let's see. Go nice and slow. It just crawls right over. It makes, you know, if this thing had just a little more ground clearance, again, like that's where the Badlands Sasquatch comes into play with the 35s. But gosh, this thing just eats everything you give it. I can only imagine coming back here when I get the Badlands and running it through here, if this is doing as well as it's doing. By the way, check out the doors. Doorless. We're in special goat mode called doorless mode. It's actually super rad. truthfully, it is a whole new concept to me because I've always had, you know, a Tacoma or a 4Runner that I've done trails in. I have had a JK before, but truthfully, I never pulled the doors off of it. So, you know, cruising around this thing with the doors off. By the way, it took me like 5 minutes to get the doors off. I didn't video it because it was super early at the KOA and I don't want to wake people up videoing and talking or whatever. But doors are very easy to get off, and running a trail with no doors is honestly like the coolest thing. I'm having a blast. You can see the visibility is incredible with the doors off. So you can kind of see everything around you. You know, again, this one is more of an entry-level Bronco, so it does not have the 360 cameras. So everything is literally old school line of sight, which is why I'm being very cautious, because we're getting more into the part of top of the world that's gets a little more technical here soon, and it's getting a little more technical as we go. That's the thing about top of the world. It's about an hour outside of Moab. Once you get to the trailhead, you're at Dewey, something like that bridge, and then you've got to drive, you know, on the trail, I don't know, 5-6 miles, I guess, and then you start getting into, you know, technical terrain, I guess, where it just starts getting really stair-steppy and it's very ledgy and rough. But again, you know, I don't know what the auto is going to sound like because I'm not running a mic on the GoPro, but I'm talking to you guys on the camera. Hopefully it's coming out okay. You can kind of get an idea of just how tame this Bronco really is on a trail like top of the world. Like I said, I'm rolling through this thing without problem. Oh man, I love this freaking car. Bronco. Let me not downgrade it. I love this freaking Bronco. God, I can only imagine having the Sasquatch. You know, I've driven them at the off-rodeos and I've played with them in a controlled environment. I haven't had a Sasquatch out and about in an environment like this, and man, I can tell you what, I sure cannot wait to do that. Ooh, getting into some rockier stuff now, guys. Boom, boom. All right, again, we're just being extra cautious because I don't want to chew up a rocker on this thing. I've been beating on it for a few weeks, and it's going to a GoPro and BF Goodrich photo shoot as soon as I'm done with it, so we don't want to damage it too much more than I already have. I did scuff a few of the, well, I think all the wheels actually at this point. You know, the Outerbanks has an 18-inch rim. They look amazing, but again, personal preference, I would prefer the smallest wheel I could put on here, which is a 17, and having a lot more tire, like a 35, so that we have a little bit more rim protection and just sidewall. You know, more tire makes for just overall more capable trail experience and a little more comfortable too. I do have this aired down. You know, we just swapped these tires. It had the factory Bridgestones on here, which are not ideal for doing this type of stuff. Let's get kind of getting off camber a little bit. Anyway, I did air down. We're rocking at 25 PSI. Let's see, I think I'm gonna turn it. Anyway, I'm at 25 PSI. I didn't want to go, getting rocky, guys. I didn't want to go any lower than that because I don't have a way to air up, and I am an hour outside of town. We are getting rocky, guys. I wish I had a second person to film outside. I apologize that I don't, but I can assure you we are starting to get into some technical stuff here. Let's see, I'm gonna go, I don't like that line. We're gonna hug this outside. There's so much torque out of this thing too. It's unreal. It's so crazy how they can get the power and torque out of these small little motors like this. I mean, this is the 2.3 in front of the 10-speed transmission, and it is absolutely incredible. This powertrain is awesome. Got a big rock in front of me. Gosh, we are just cooking through this. Oh my goodness. Video would never do justice on anything. At least I sure don't know how to make it do justice. And there might be some video guys out there that know how to make things to show just how awesome something can be, but this is just amazing. All right, we're getting to some really up and down situations with rock. Just being, again, very cautious. Ooh, got close to the rocker on that one. All right, I'm not gonna attempt that little spot. I think I could probably get it if I had a spotter, but you know, I don't have a spotter with me, so I'm gonna take a different path. And even it is not the easiest obstacle to go up over either. Whew. Not gonna lie, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that little section was a bit stressful. Again, you don't got a spotter with you, it makes things a lot more interesting to figure stuff out, and this trail is definitely a lot more washed out than it was last time I was here. What's up, internet? What's up, YouTube? What's up, everyone out there watching? I think I could be wrong, and if I am, correct me. I will be happily corrected. But is this the world's first stock 2021 Outerbanks Ford Bronco on top of the world? I think so. If it's not, it's maybe the second, but I think it's the first. Nobody's posting anything about one being up here. I know that there's been Badlands up here, heavily modified Broncos up here, but a bone stock Outerbanks Ford Bronco, boom, just made it up top of the world. Hope you guys enjoyed watching coming up here. Hopefully you enjoy watching it. I'm gonna make my way back down and then maybe go do fins and things. I don't know. Where should I go next? Drop a comment. Where should I take this stock Outerbanks Ford Bronco? Put in the comments, I'll go do it.